Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 63 of Forgecraft, hanging out with Mr. T-Love. What up, dude?
Heyo!
I built a simple RS NOR latch with Super Circuit Maker, because I'm having fun with Super Circuit Maker. Do you know what an RS NOR latch is?
It does something redstone-y, right?
It does do something redstone-y. It is a memory cell. So redstone signal goes on one side, even when it turns off, it like stays on until the other side gets a redstone signal, then it turns off.
Let me come and see.
Yeah, you can play with the levers. But I'm now going to duplicate this down in our reactor room, and I want to try something that might make our reactor a little bit more efficient. So right now, our reactor is basically like flickering on and off, if you will. So it's this one, by the way.
Okay. Oh, that one?
Yeah. So the right lever turns it on, and the left lever turns it off. So you can flip the lever as much as you want. I wouldn't use the boomerang because you're flipping both levers at once.
I know, it's for fun. Okay.
Get it?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Cool. So I want to like move this a little bit. So let's square this dude.
What are we moving?
Well, I'm moving the fluid monitor, and I'm rearranging the way this reactor vessel works. So I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to probably break this facade. I got that right, or did you steal my facade?
I don't think so.
You might have.
No, it's not in my inventory. You might have just completely broken it.
That's also possible. So I don't think this will break much.
It's not in my... See, the broken texture breaking thing, I feel like that's something.
What broken texture thing?
Well, when you
no,
break
I do
it...
have a facade. I just didn't
Yeah,
notice
there you
it's
go.
broken texture. And let's break this square here. So what I'll do is bring this out to here, and then gonna want another conduit facade. Let's see. So you and you. Okay, that's cool for now.
If only facades would actually work as the block it's been copied from.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that this thing doesn't connect here. So what I'm going to try, and I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tested this yet.
Okay.
So we're going to find
out.
Soon.
That's my cue to leave.
Yeah, it's probably a good cue. But I'm going to have like 2 fluid conduit ports here, each with their own fluid monitor hooked up. And I'm basically going to say, when it's above 95, turn on the reactor, and when it's below like 5 or 10, turn off the reactor. I haven't quite figured out what numbers I'm going to use yet, but that's the basic plan. So that should be groovy, right?
As long as it's safe. As long as it's not going to, like, you know, blow up by accident.
I mean, it shouldn't.
You're pretty good with that.
So I'm going to build this RS NOR latch thing right now. It's very simple. I'm going to basically have redstone that's coming in from either side, and redstone that's going out this direction, right? And for now, we'll use levers just to simulate this. And I want to configure this guy so that the lever is disabled, so it's not connecting to the lever. So right now, this should not turn on the reactor, even though there's a lever touching the insulated redstone that does that.
Gotcha.
And we also want to disconnect that dude, I think, right? Yeah, that's also accurate. See? Easy peasy.
Very easy.
So then we do a torch and a torch, and we say this leads to, not there, here with a, whoops, that was supposed to be a right click, read on that. And this leads here with a read on that. So that now, if I flip this lever, it should turn on the reactor. And if I flip this lever, it should turn off the reactor, in theory. So in order to test this, we're going to turn on this lever, and now this should turn on the reactor, in theory, and it's not. And this should turn off the reactor, and it's not. What are you doing? Why are you broken? Why
does it work? Like, are you trying to turn it on just directly, or are you using the stone circuit?
So this, oh, you know what? Hold on. I think this.
I don't think you connected it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not connected here, but it's also not connecting. Why are you not doing that?
I think you need more redstone, yeah, to actually connect it between those.
They won't connect to each other directly. But I mean, this isn't even like changing.
It should like connect over.
It should, but it's not even
I
like.
need to go check something.
It's not even switching. Like what I should be seeing is something like this happening. But it's not, and I'm wondering if it's because it's adjacent to another redstone circuit maker?
I'm gonna go confirm just to make sure.
That's weird that it's not connected. I might have to move this, which is not a big deal because you can break.
Yeah, you have to move it. They can cross the lines, so you have to connect them yourself.
Oh, really? They can.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to connect it over the circuit itself. Like it'll show
like
a line
this?
connecting it.
Oh heavens, that is cool. Hold on, that is cool. Look at that. What? Dude, that is super awesome.
Did it connect? Where is it?
It did.
Doesn't look like it for me.
Yeah, you might have to relog to like resync or something. So turn this lever on. So this should turn the reactor on, and now it's running, right? So we're producing hot coolant. And this signal should turn the reactor off. Cool. Don't mind the explosions, they're fine.
I can't hear them. Well, there it is. Now it's connected.
Cool.
Also, you're.
So now we do the same with the fluid monitor, right? So we're going to pop down a liquid monitor here. And we're going to rotate it such that it's redstone signaling that direction. This is not connected. Nothing's connected over there. And we're going to say, Mr. Invalid, when you're more than 95%, emit a redstone signal, right? So it just turned on.
So many explosions.
I know, it's fine, relax. And we're going to say you, which, by the way, you should be disabled on the west side. Invalid, less than, let's say 50% for now will be the turn off point, right? So when you're less than 50, turn it off. Okay, so what I want to do now is go upstairs and tell this thing not to auto extract. You know what I can do? I can probably disable it here on the insert side. So extract only. So it should no longer be inserting this. So this should turn off when we drop below 50%. And we did. Nice. Cool. Now there's residual heat inside, which is fine. That's what I would have expected.
Right.
But it turned off when it got below 50%, which is good. And it won't turn back on until it's above 90 or 95 or whatever I set it to, right? So I'm going to flip it back to in and out mode. So it should be getting liquid again. And now it's going to turn back on because it's above 95%. Neat?
Very.
I think that's cool. So the first thing to test will be to go up here. I'm going to tell it not to extract hot coolant, so never active. So then we should basically be quickly filling up our iron drums. Alright guys, we are back, and everything's working perfectly with this reactor build, T-Love.
Sweet.
Yeah, I did one more thing. I configured the MFSU to output a redstone signal when it's, well, if it's partially full. So basically if there's room for stuff. So it's not emitting redstone signal now. And then I configured the export on the hot lava drum to only be active when it receives a redstone signal. So basically there's no hot coolant going into our heat exchangers, which means we're not producing power. And we're not running down here because we're out of cold coolant, because all the cold coolant was converted to hot coolant and it's not being used.
That's good.
Yeah. So like if I decide to grab some of this power with my Lapitron crystal, so I'll grab like 1,000,000 EU. It turns on, hot coolant goes in, we check down here, our reactor starts running. As soon as it gets full, boom, reactor's on, right? And then once the MFSU fills up.
How fast does it fill up?
I've got it at this point. I've been doing a little testing with that. And at this point, we're doing 750 RF per tick, EU per tick.
That's pretty good.
Is where we're at. So I added a couple more. So the fifth row of boilers is good, and we're getting an average of 750. So if I were to steal some power again and check that with an EU reader. Probably need to do a little bit more power stealing. Why are you making a liar out of me?
Odds making a liar out of you.
This was doing well. All right, a minute ago I was getting 750. It's interesting. Not sure why that's the case. Recognize condensation on turbine. Really? I don't know if that's related or not. So here we're doing 400, 600. We're flickering between 3. This one's not flickering, and there's a static amount in there? That's weird. I gotta fix this. Hang on a sec. Alright, I think I know what the problem is. So we'll do this. We'll do this. So this cable can only do 512 per tick.
Really? So what's the difference? What?
So we're putting out more than 512 from that one. I moved it because I wanted to test something that was being weird. And then in moving it, I derped it. So
you're switching like to fiber cable?
Yeah, I'm just bumping it up to high voltage. There we go. So now we should be groovy.
That's on thick wire.
Yeah, no, it is. So steal a little EU. And now we should be in good shape. And now if I check this with the EU reader, we'll see that I'm getting, yeah, 750. Right around 750 EU per tick on average. I did try a 6th line of this, and you can see that they're currently disabled. There's no heat conductors in there. That started using hot coolant faster than we were capable of producing it. And it also did not take full, for like the steam turbines started backing up. So my math is the reactor that I'm using, 5 sets of liquid heat exchangers and steam generators is the ideal number for this reactor. So that's 750 EU per tick, which, you know, in my opinion is pretty darn good. And we'll get to the point where we start using, or we start losing cold coolant in here. And once that happens, it turns off the reactor like we would expect. So here it goes, it's empty, and the reactor turns off. Cool. That's probably because the MFSU turned off, or filled up here. Yeah, see, redstone signal off. So that's what we're looking at. So it's pretty much perfect. I think my next step now will finally to be able to start working on, for you, UU matter.
Yes, the UU matter.
That's what you want, right?
We're gonna have a nice setup for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to build it over here, and then I'm going to start using all this power that I'm producing. Oh, the other thing I would like to do is automate putting uranium inside the reactor. I think that would be cool. So I want to like auto craft these quad fuel rods and extract the empty ones and fill the reactor back up with full ones. And I think that should be no problem. It's just going to be a thing that I'm going to have to do. So let's work on UU matter right now. So I think the first thing we're going to want to do is get a recycler and start recycling. What I haven't decided is if I want the power for the recycler to be coming off the MFSU or not. So I think I'm going to build it in this room first, and then we'll go from there. And I'm going to put it on the higher tier voltage line because I'm going to want lots of power going into this thing, basically. So that's where our recycler is going to go. So let's put away some things I don't need at the moment. Pretty much all of this, and this, and this, and this. Lots of things I don't really need. So compressor, basic machine casing, electronic circuit, yeah. Did I do something derpy here or what? What just happened? Compressor. Alright, back in a second, I think, once this thing catches up. Alright, recycler. Cool. So that's going to be step 1. Right, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Step 1, it went kaboom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's step 1.
Alright, let's get that back. Alright, so this time, we're not going to blow up, right? So recycler 2 transformer upgrades is what's required. Yay. No explodey. Alright, so the next thing I want to figure out is what amount of speed upgrades we can fit in this thing before we start losing power. So we're going to want a cobble gen, basically. So what's a good way to get a cobble gen? I can do the mining upgrade. Allows mining of cobblestone and pumping of water. Should not be a problem. Resonator. We do have resonators somewhere, right? Thought we had one in here.
What kind of resonator? Oh, we do?
Yeah, and I'm stealing yours.
You're stealing mine.
Stealing yours. It's mine now. Lava bucket. Water bucket. That should be cool. You and you. Goes that. Speed upgrade. Cool. I might want a couple more of you. Just to have handy. So you guys take care of that for me. Alright, back to IC2 world. Alright, so let's say that temporarily for now, the old temporary for now routine.
Temporary for now is not a very good thing. Sometimes ends up with bad things. Look at the temporary destruction. Wait, lava?
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't realizing, like, what do you... Oh.
Why you no connect to backup recycler?
Because it's broken. Maybe you connect it to it. Maybe you connect to a chest and then have it take it from the chest. At least I think that can work. Or you can just have a retriever on there, so it just retrieves it.
Let's see if Hopper works. Hopper works. That's weird. All right, so if I put you in here, and you, will you start, yeah, making cobblestone. Sweet.
Yep, it's doing it.
So let's make that even faster. Let's put the floor back. All right, so if I were to put 6 of these in here, we're gonna be doing good. 9, 10. All right, too fast for the hopper at this point, which means that we're going to need to speed up the transition there. So what I'm probably gonna wind up having to do is...
Is there a stack one?
What's that?
Isn't there a stack speed?
Yeah. I can do that with maybe under... Like, I'm curious as to why the transfer pipe just doesn't do it. So let's put some things away, like the cobblestone we have. All right, let's do a chest as a buffer. So we will put chest. Let's do item conduits. Would you mind taking a nap?
Yes.
Cool, thank you, sir. Cobble. Cobble. So south will be always active. You're running slowly. Now we're going to want the speed upgrades. Item conduit speed upgrades. Here. Okay, good deal. So we will put cobblestone, lava, water, you, and you. I think I just voided a couple things, but that's okay. Nice, that's running pretty well. And we're using, can't this tell me how much EU per tick I'm using? I should probably check the output speed on you. Where's my EU reader? Doesn't seem terrible. Oh, that's why. I think we're sitting around 100 EU per tick on that. Remind me again how much this is producing? Not quite as much. At some point, this thing's gonna kick on. Because I'd like to have the full nuclear reactor power going towards making the UU matter. So let's get...
You don't even see the animation. It's just literally pumping scrap in there.
Right. So we're going to want one of these dudes. Ejector upgrade. Set to top. So that should work. There we go. That drawer should fill up with scrap now. Cool.
It's doing it.
Nice. Alright, back in a minute. Alright guys, so we're back. We're producing a pretty impressive amount of UU matter. So that's cool. So I guess next thing to do, or well, not UU matter, scrap. That's what I meant. The next thing to do would be to make the Master Fabricator, right? So that's going to be a couple advanced machines that are going to require some steel plates. Cool. Let's get you on hammer mode. Let's get half a stack of steel plates going. We are going to need, in my opinion, I'm going to slow you down for a minute and speed you up. We're absolutely going to need more overclocker upgrades than we currently have. So Mass Fabricator, steel plates, machine casing. Cool. Not the only thing that we need to fix. So that's at least one of you. That's another. And then we can get these dudes. So advanced alloys, huh? So bronze. Let's go with like half a stack of those. So let's try that again. Nice. Now what are we missing? Tin. Never enough of this stuff. Maybe I should build an automation system that keeps these resources on hand at all times. At the very least, I can start compressing these. That should be good. You. Nice. Okay. So while that's cooking, there's our first one, and I just need those two. Cool. What else will I need here? A couple advanced circuits. You, and what's missing? Nothing. Good. Cool. I do have a Lapatron crystal. I don't know what I did with it. Did I leave it in here? No. Sweet. So that might be all I need. So 2 of you, Lapatron in the middle. Hopefully it can have power in it. If it can't, I'll figure it out. And then glowstone, right? Nice. I have a Master Fabricator. Which, to my knowledge, can accept power tier 3. Does that mean it can directly take from an MSU? It's been able to in the past. Oh boy. What just happened?
In range this time.
T-Love, what did you do?
Don't you even dare. I'm the one flying here with my stuff in my inventory. That was all you, buddy.
Dude, since when does a mass fab explode like
Look
that?
at this.
I thought at the worst it would do like a little mini explosion. I did not expect that kind of
Look at
explosion.
this.
It's a big mess. All the work I've been doing.
Was
I have
that
to
a
go
mass
yell
fab or
at-
what was that?
I have to go yell very loudly right now at Mr. Player.
Player. So mass fabs blew up. It's so much worse now. Oh my goodness, this mess.
Like, A, you've been able to hook them directly up to MFSUs in the past. And B, even if you couldn't, that is not the explosion that I would have expected. Alright, so I'm clearly going to have to fix this a little bit off camera. So what we'll do is wrap up the episode here, because it's wrapping up point as it is. But we will come back next time. I'm going to spend a lot of time off camera just fixing this. That's what I'm going to have to do. Like, there's no...
Yep.
There's no way around it. I just have to go fix things. So we will do that.
Yep.
For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode and that giant explosion, which just caused me a large amount of rage. And take it easy.